In this video series, we'll be exploring the STEEPLE analysis, a powerful framework that helps organizations navigate the complex external forces shaping today's business landscape. Whether you're a business leader, strategist, or student, understanding STEEPLE analysis equips you to make informed decisions, anticipate risks, and seize new opportunities in an ever-changing world. STEEPLE is an acronym that stands for social, technological, economic, environmental, political, legal, and ethical factors. By systematically examining each of these 7 dimensions, organizations can align their strategies with societal expectations, technological trends, regulatory changes, and more, ensuring resilience and relevance in a dynamic market. This video will focus on the environmental aspect of STEEPLE. The environmental aspect in a STEEPLE analysis examines how ecological and environmental factors impact a business's operations, strategy, and long-term sustainability. It focuses on both regulatory pressures and societal expectations related to environmental responsibility and stewardship. As we dive into the environmental element of STEEPLE analysis, we're essentially looking at how ecological challenges, sustainability trends, and environmental regulations shape the external landscape in which businesses operate. These factors can significantly impact supply chains, costs, compliance, and public perception. Let's look at the key components individually. Let's start with climate change and weather patterns. Climate change and shifting weather patterns have far-reaching implications for many industries. From disrupted supply chains to damage to infrastructure, rising global temperatures and unpredictable weather can increase operational risks. Businesses may face higher raw material costs, delivery delays, or the need to adapt sourcing and production strategies to maintain stability. Another important area to consider is around environmental regulation. Governments and international bodies are introducing more stringent environmental laws and standards. These may include emission limits, plastic bans, waste management rules, or mandatory reporting on sustainability metrics. For businesses, this means staying compliant with evolving regulations, often requiring changes to processes, products, or supply chains. Next is resource availability. The availability and cost of essential natural resources, such as water, energy, and raw materials, can pose both limitations and pressures. Overuse, scarcity, or geopolitical disruption can affect access to these resources. Businesses are increasingly expected to monitor their consumption, reduce waste, and optimize usage to ensure long-term operational resilience. Beyond regulation, consumer and stakeholder expectations around sustainability are shaping business practices. There's growing demand for eco-conscious brands, sustainable packaging, and ethical sourcing. Organizations that fail to demonstrate environmental responsibility risk losing relevance, while those that embrace sustainable values often gain trust, loyalty, and a competitive edge. Energy consumption remains a key environmental concern, especially with growing awareness around climate impact. Businesses are expected to reduce their carbon footprint by adopting energy-efficient technologies, upgrading infrastructure, and in many cases, investing in renewable energy sources. These efforts not only help the planet, but also often lead to long-term cost savings. In summary, the environmental aspect of a STEEPLE analysis encourages organizations to examine how environmental conditions, expectations, and regulations could pose risk or present opportunities. Forward-thinking businesses that prioritize sustainability and environmental compliance are better equipped to adapt, thrive, and lead in a rapidly evolving global economy. To better understand how a STEEPLE analysis is used in real life, let's look at a practical example. We'll use the case of Roast and Vibe. Roast and Vibe is a specialty coffee shop located in the heart of Dublin, co-owned by a French-Irish couple. What sets it apart is its unique fusion of French patisserie with Irish hospitality, creating a cosy premium cafe experience that's both stylish and welcoming. The shop is known for its ethically sourced coffee, artisanal pastries, and inviting ambience. Its core customers include young professionals, students, and tourists who are drawn not just to the products but to the experience. Let's explore their findings. One of the biggest external threats is the impact of climate change on global coffee production. Shifting weather patterns and rising temperatures are already affecting yields and quality in key coffee growing regions. This could lead to supply disruptions and rising costs, making it more challenging to maintain the quality of ethically sourced beans that are central to Roast and Vibe's brand. On the other hand, Roast and Vibe can leverage climate-conscious sourcing by working with sustainable coffee suppliers who are committed to mitigating the effects of climate change. By embracing climate-resilient crops or exploring alternative sourcing strategies, Roast and Vibe can showcase its dedication to sustainability and build stronger relationships with eco-conscious customers. As Roast and Vibe considers expanding, they'll need to stay on top of evolving environmental regulations, especially within the EU. These may include stricter rules around waste management, packaging, or sustainability reporting. While compliance can be complex, aligning with these expectations early offers a chance to stand out as a responsible, future-ready brand. Access to key resources like water, energy, and high-quality ingredients is another environmental consideration. With sustainability concerns growing around food waste and water use, Roast and Vibe must consider how their supply chains and daily operations affect resource consumption, and how they can reduce waste while maintaining quality and service. Roast and Vibe can adopt resource-efficient practices, such as water conservation and energy-efficient operations, to minimise waste and lower operational costs. If supply chains are not managed with sustainability in mind, this could result in higher operational costs or supply chain disruptions that negatively affect service quality. Customer expectations around sustainability are stronger than ever. Roast and Vibe is already well positioned with its ethical sourcing and artisanal approach, but there's room to go further. Offering compostable packaging, encouraging reusable cup use, or promoting food waste reduction can build even deeper loyalty with eco-conscious customers. If Roast and Vibe fails to meet rising sustainability expectations, it could alienate customers who are increasingly demanding transparency in how their food and beverages are sourced. Inadequate efforts to implement sustainability practices could harm Roast and Vibe's reputation. Finally, energy efficiency becomes increasingly important as the cafe expands. As Roast and Vibe expands, investing in energy-efficient equipment, using LED lighting, or even exploring renewable energy sources can help reduce long-term operational costs and position the cafe as an environmentally responsible brand. An increase in energy consumption due to more equipment, longer operating hours, and multiple locations could raise both costs and emissions. Without careful management, the environmental impact of expanding could offset the cafe's sustainability efforts, potentially leading to higher operating expenses and negative publicity if not addressed. In summary, the environmental factor in Roast and Vibe's STEEPLE analysis underscores the importance of responsible growth. While climate risks and regulatory shifts present challenges, there is a clear opportunity to deepen customer trust and brand value by embedding sustainability into every stage of expansion. By proactively addressing these issues, Roast and Vibe can stand out not just as a great cafe, but as a business that genuinely cares about the planet. Understanding the environmental factors gives Roast and Vibe a clear, evidence-based view of their operational risks, sustainability obligations, and opportunities to align with eco-conscious consumer expectations while building a resilient, future-ready business. Having conducted a STEEPLE analysis means that Roast and Vibe will understand that climate change and extreme weather can disrupt the global coffee supply, affecting availability, pricing, and the quality of beans. Roast and Vibe coffee relies on ethically sourced, high-quality coffee, so understanding these risks helps them plan for sourcing flexibility and resilient partnerships. Another area it will help Roast and Vibe with is staying compliant with environmental laws. With regulations tightening around waste management, plastic use, and carbon reporting, Roast and Vibe must ensure that its operations align with both local and EU level laws. Proactively adapting means that Roast and Vibe can avoid fines and build a reputation as a responsible, future-ready brand. As a growing cafe, Roast and Vibe uses water, energy, and packaging daily. Awareness of resource scarcity and cost volatility encourages the cafe to optimize usage, reduce waste, and adopt smarter practices, ensuring both cost control and environmental responsibility. Another factor relates to meeting customer expectations. Modern customers, especially Roast and Vibe's key demographic of young professionals and students, expect businesses to demonstrate sustainability leadership. By aligning with these values, for example, eco-friendly packaging and ethical sourcing, Roast and Vibe can strengthen their brand loyalty and competitive appeal. Another factor which is important is that they could be able to lower their costs through efficiency. Investing in energy-efficient appliances and sustainable practices not only reduces Roast and Vibe's environmental impact, but also helps lower utility bills and long-term operating costs, a win-win for profitability and the planet. The environmental factor in Roast and Vibe's STEEPLE analysis highlights both opportunities and threats tied to sustainability in the cafe industry. While climate risks, regulatory changes, and resource constraints pose significant challenges, there are clear opportunities for Roast and Vibe to enhance its brand by proactively embracing sustainability at every level, from sourcing to waste management. That wraps up our investigation into the environmental factors of STEEPLE analysis and how they can influence business decision-making, from sustainability practices to long-term strategic planning. But this is just one piece of the puzzle. This video is part of a complete series exploring all 7 elements of the STEEPLE framework: social, technological, economic, environmental, political, legal, and ethical. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.